Hi, sellers. How are you? It is Kathy, and I love to be selling. Come on in. We are going to be talking money. Making money as sellers. Yay. So come on in. Get settled. Let me tell you that you can hear me as we're going to talk about money. I'm going to keep playing with this, talking about money, talking about money. It'll be lots and lots of fun, but let me know that you can hear me. And while you're settling in, I will introduce myself. If you don't know me, I am Kathy Terrill. I'm a top rated seller. I've been selling on eBay for well over 15 years. I started really small, like a lot of sellers. Hey, Marcia, how are you? Yay from New Jersey. Like a lot of sellers, I started small, selling odds and ends from around my home. I live here in New York City with my husband, and I needed to be home to take care of my mom. So while I was taking care of my mom, it was like, you know what, I can do some decluttering. I can bring in some income for my family. And I just started selling very casually on eBay. And what I found was I loved it. I love selling on eBay. So after my mom passed, I scaled my business and made it a full-time endeavor. I'm trained as an eBay education specialist. I work with sellers of all levels, which I love, 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 from quite small to huge Amazon sellers. So I have a big range of experience with all different kinds of selling things and also different selling categories. So I've worked with sellers in clothing, home goods, business and industrial, home and garden, auto, motorcycle parts, you name it. And I've worked with people successfully. I am an eBay consultant. I'm an eBay sales and social media consultant, and I love, love, love working with sellers. And I love helping sellers rank better in eBay search. I sold successfully on QVC for over 6 years as a product presenter. So what I do, and I have over 25 years of brick and mortar experience selling, working in different New York City stores. So I take retail experience, I take my QVC sales experience and my eBay selling experience, and I blend it to help you stand out in search and make more money. So come on in. And this is what I want to talk about is it happens for newer sellers, but I see experienced sellers fall into this too. And if you've been selling on eBay for a while, you've probably run into this, maybe not. But particularly when you're a newer seller, you'll be selling. So something sells. I'm going to pick something. I've got pretty journals here. I love journals. So you list a journal, it sells. Yay. You pack it, you ship it. Everybody's happy. You get money, right? You put the money in your checking or your savings or wherever your money's going. Hey, Thomas, how are you? And you spend it. Then at the end of the month, you get a bill from eBay. And this will happen in my Facebook group for newer sellers, eBay Selling Basics, nothing but selling basics. And then a seller will pop in and they'll go, oh my goodness, I just got this bill from eBay for $40, $50, $100, whatever it is. And actually a big bill from eBay is good news, because a big bill typically means you've been selling a lot. So let's say you have a bill for $40, $50, $100. And you know what happened was the seller forgot about final value fees. So selling on eBay, there are listing fees, which is when you list the item. And there's eBay will give free listing fees. If you do not have an eBay store, typically it's 50 free listings a month. Sometimes there's offers going on. And then with an eBay store, there are various packages that come with the eBay store levels. So oftentimes what will happen is a seller will not see a fee when they're listing. And when you are listing, you're entering all the data, you're listing, and right before you click that you confirm the listing, you'll see a dollar amount. And what you want is to see zero, unless you've clicked to put some kind of add-on, because then that lets you know that you're using your free listings. So what can happen is sellers are used to their free listings. They love their free listings. It's like, thank you, eBay. But they forget about the other part, which is what is called final value fees. And you will get assessed them in your monthly invoice. Now, That is changing with some things with eBay's managed payment system, which is they are taking out final value fees. This is going to be rolling out, and that's very helpful. So then you don't have, this bill at the end of the month. But there are things that you are assessed if you are running things with promoted listings. If you're listing with a second category, sometimes people do that. Sometimes people add gallery pictures or subtitles. Okay. But typically, you're going to get some kind of bill from eBay at the end of the month. And sometimes it can be a little bit of a shock because you forget. And if you're a more experienced seller, perhaps you had your promoted listings dialed way up and you forgot, or you sold a lot through promoted listings and you forgot. But I want to stick to the final value fees. So when you sell on eBay, when the item sells, you are assessed a final value fee. Thomas says, leave a few hundred in your PayPal. Yes, it is smart to leave money in your account for when your invoice is going to be due, particularly when you're selling new, is figure out what that's going to be so you don't go into shell shock. Now, without getting too deep in the weeds, there's two basic ways to save on your final value fees. And again, it's the fee that you are assessed when the item sells, okay? Typically, that is going to be 10 to 12% without a store, okay? So one is you might want to open up an eBay store, even if you're not selling that much, okay? You're maybe only selling 40, 50 items, because what you may not realize, for instance, with an eBay basic store, not the starter, the very lowest level of eBay stores is starter. But you might want to take a look at a basic store if you're selling at a pretty good clip. And this is why, and I'm going to read this to you. And all you got to do is Google eBay store selling fees, and particularly if you're listening to me on audio, is you're going to want to take a look at what the final value fees are with a store. And let me tell you something, if you are selling business and industrial, which is heavy equipment, and I realize that's more unusual, it's 2% with a store, okay? Most of the categories like antiques and art, baby, and whatever go down to 9.15 from 10%. Not a huge savings, but it's a savings and it can add up. Books and everything does stay at 12%, but this is the one that really jumped at me because a lot of sellers are in this category and you may not realize it's such a huge savings. If you sell computers, tablets, anything with networking categories, and this includes tablets, ebook readers. This is desktops, laptops, netbooks, tablets, computer parts, drives, storage and blank media, hard drives, monitors, projectors and accessories under monitors, and printers and scanners. If you do an eBay store, starter level or, not starter, basic level or higher. So an eBay basic store or higher, and you are in the electronics category. And again, just Google eBay store final value fee prices. It's 4%. So without a store, 10%. With a store, 4%. That is a huge savings. So again, if you are in that category, perhaps you just scored a great amount of these, okay, as far as monitors, hard drives, laptops, anything like that. Really take a look at an eBay store, even if you're a smaller seller, perhaps only selling 30, 40, 50 items, because that is a huge savings on your final value fee. And this is my other tip for you to save money, okay, is, and you may not realize this, and again, this is called do your math. So get your calculator or get your phone that has a calculator, okay, so you're selling. You achieve top rated seller status. The way you achieve top rated seller status, and again, you can Google eBay top rated seller program to take a look at this, is you have to be active on eBay for 90 days, okay? 100 or more transactions. And I was just working with a seller where, they hadn't been on for 90 days, but they had to get the transaction rate up. So 100 or more transactions So 90 days, 100 or more transactions, and $1,000 in sales during the last 12 months with US buyers. And I'm speaking for US. Just in case you sell a lot and just in case you ship around the world or you're listening to me and you're not a US seller, the top rated seller, you have to achieve the top rated seller status for your country to become a top rated seller for that country. But I'm just going to speak to US to keep it simple. Your defect rate is less or equal to 0.5% with 3 or few defects from unique buyers. That includes cases closed without a seller resolution. That means you blew your buyers off when they had a problem. Less than or equal to 0.3%. Late shipment rate, less than or equal to 3% with 5 or few late shipments. And tracking uploaded within your stated handling time with a carrier validation for 95% of transactions to US buyers. Your seller level, if you have a store, you'll see it in Seller Hub. Without a store, it will be in your selling dashboard, and you will see how you're doing, how you're getting on track to be a top rated seller. The big thing is to look at, you got to be on for 90 days. You got to get those transactions. You got to hit the metrics, and then you're on your way to achieving top rated seller. Now, this is what a lot of top rated sellers do not think about. Once you achieve top rated seller status, okay, you can qualify for what is called top rated plus. So first I achieved top rated seller status. Now I look at leveraging it. Top rated plus, the item to qualify for top rated plus, you need to have same or 1 business day handling, 30-day or better, free returns. Now don't start screaming. So I know some people were like, no, free returns. Free returns may not work for you on everything. We're talking about saving fees. So just hang tight on this. This is what I want you to realize. So back to my journal. I'm a top rated seller. And right now I'm selling my journal for $9.99 with $3.99 shipping. And I am doing free returns because what I've discovered, and this is what I encourage people with free returns, is look at what your return rate is. If it's a category where you're getting a ton of returns, do the math. Is it worth it to do free returns or not? If it's not, don't. But let's say in journals, I never get them returned. So it's like, yay, of course I'll do free returns. So I'm charging $9.99, and let's say I'm charging $3.99 shipping. I'm separating my shipping out. And I'm a top-rated seller. If I do this as free shipping, so I was doing $9.99 with $3.99. So let's say I do $13.99 free shipping. Okay. Scenario number 1, $9.99 and I charge for shipping. Scenario number 2, $14.99 with free shipping. If I do free returns, 30-day or better, and I'm a top rated seller, you get a 10% final value fee discount. Now that may not sound like 10%. My final value fee is 9.112, or let's say it's a DVD, it's 12%. What's the biggie on this? Well, the biggie is it adds up. Take a look for people that are top rated and are doing free returns on some things, so it qualifies for top rated plus. Take a look at how much you're saving every month. Let's say you save $30, $40, $50 or more, depending on how much. But let's say it's only $30 a month. That's $360 for the year. I'll take that, $360. I'll totally take that. That's inventory. I'll take $360. That's a lot of things, right? But this is what I want to point out. So $9.99 and I charge for shipping, $13.99 and free shipping. And again, I'm top rated plus because I'm doing free returns. The 10% final value fee discount is on the item price. If shipping is separated, the 10% top rated plus discount is only on the $9.99. It is not on the shipping. If I roll the shipping into the item and make it $14.99 or whatever you want to make it, the final value fee discount for top rated plus is on the entire amount. So by selling the same thing and just changing the way I sell it, once I'm a top rated seller, and you've got to do the math, so get the calculator out. And it may seem like, oh, Kathy, this is a bit much, but let me tell you, you make an extra $50 a month, you make an extra $40 a month. For my high volume sellers, you make an extra $100, $200 a month by rolling the shipping in, making it free shipping. Again, do your math, check what your return rate is, check what goes on in your business. Everybody's different. But if free shipping works for you, if free returns works for you, and I just worked with a seller on this where they don't get returns on the item and they were charging for shipping, and they're a top rated seller. By rolling the shipping in, they make more money. You can sell the exact same amount of items. Let's say you have free ship. Let's say you are top rated on everything. Let's say you're top rated plus on everything. You were taking free returns on everything, 30 days or more, but you were charging shipping on everything. By rolling the shipping in, because then eBay calculates the 10% final value fee discount on the entire amount. And what that means is that you make more money for selling the exact same items. So again, number one, take a look at an eBay store. Does it work for you? Take a look at your inventory, particularly even if you're a smaller seller, or a smaller seller being that you might not be selling that many things, is take a look at what the final value fee discount is with a store for your category, particularly electronics and business and industrial. I'm like, oh my goodness, right? Is take a look at it, because even if you're only selling a few things, it can be worth it. Step 2, become a top rated seller. Step 3, I'm a top rated seller. Does free returns work? Yes, no, and you don't have to do it on everything. And then 2 is, can I roll the shipping into the item? Because then I'm going to make more money on my final value fee discount. And those are my tips for you to save you money. Whether to have a store, remember, basic or higher gets you the discount on final value fee. Starter store does not. Okay, so take a look at basic or higher, and then achieve top rated seller status, and then look at top rated plus, and look at what adding the shipping into the item cost, so that you're offering free shipping. Do the math. It is worth it. It makes you money. And those are my tips for you. I'm Kathy, and I love to be selling. Bye-bye, everybody.